Hi guys, what is going on? Jester here, and today I'll be doing my review on Mortal Kombat X. As you guys know, I have been playing a lot of this game religiously. I'm not saying that as like a figure of speech. I've literally played a lot of this game, as you guys know. As soon as it came out, I went to tournaments. I played a lot of it. I really do enjoy Mortal Kombat, so I thought, I played it enough. I played the story. I've done basically everything that I can possibly do besides, upload videos of certain characters that I have been playing with. So I thought I would give my brief review about it and kind of tell you guys what I think about the game overall. As far as Mortal Kombat, the way it looks, it is truly beautiful. The game is gorgeous. The graphics are incredible. The gore is fantastic. It's probably the goriest Mortal Kombat that's ever been made, just because it's on next gen and there's a whole lot more. And Ed Boon is just a relentless fuck. That's the only way I can tell it. He's just a very, very um, cool guy. His Twitter, if you follow him on Twitter, just the shit he posts is hilarious. Um, but Ed Boon is, it's a masterpiece. It really is. By far, how I like this. A lot of people hate Mortal Kombat X. They say it's not like Mortal Kombat 9, blah 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 blah. And I think that's probably why I like it as much. I hated MK9 with a passion. I really did. I liked it because I like Mortal Kombat. I like the story. I like how it's story mode and stuff like that. I just didn't like how slow it was and how hard it was to get off meter burns and stuff like that. Like you had to hold down the button. When I played a lot of Injustice, the only thing you had to do was tap it. And Mortal Kombat X brought that back, where you just had to tap it for meter burns and EXs or whatever the hell you guys want to call it. I call it meter burn because of Injustice. Um, so playing Mortal Kombat 9, I had a very difficult time, especially trying to do EX meter burns and stuff like that. It was very very hard for me to get these combos off. So I just did not like Mortal Kombat 9. I really did not like it at all. I'm a huge fan of Mortal Kombat. I love it. I've played Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3 trilogy for Nintendo 64. The PlayStation ones with the one button fatalities. I've played Mortal Kombat constantly. So Mortal Kombat 9 was the very very first Mortal Kombat I did not like. I don't know why I did not like it. I don't think it was it wasn't fast enough for me. I don't exactly know why I didn't like it, but I just didn't like it. But anyway, getting back into mechanics, as I said, the game does look beautiful. It truly is remarkable. There's so much detail in it. The button mechanics are really awesome. Some of the button combos are extremely hard to do. You have to mash the button very, very hard to get them off. But other than that, especially online combos drop a lot. So it is very hard to do combos online. So if you get in practice, the frame, I think it's a couple seconds off. So you might be doing crazy combos in practice, like, oh, I'm gonna do this online. I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, it's not as easy. There is a delay, so especially depending on how the net code is, and especially how your online is. If you have crappy internet like I do over here, pulling off combos are going to be religiously hard. So don't go into practice mode thinking you're hot shit. You get in there, you're just gonna get murdered, because these people played this online. They know how it works. They know when to drop combos and stuff like that, especially for chip and grabs and stuff like that. So you have to watch that very very closely. But anyways, get back into Mortal Kombat. I like the game. I do like the story mode. I thought the story mode was incredible. It does take place after Mortal Kombat 9. You play with a lot of characters, kids like Cassie Cage, Takeda, Jackie Briggs, and Kun Jin. And these are all like descendants or kids of the original Mortal Kombat cast: Johnny Cage, Jax, Kenshi, stuff like that. So it's like their kids, and it's kind of like their story. So the story was very interesting. I liked it. I definitely think it's worth getting. I don't think it's worth getting for the story, but if you want to play it, rent it, definitely check it out just for the story mode because you will really like it a lot. It's very interesting. There is a lot of offline mode, which I liked about this, especially they kind of went a whole lot offline besides the story mode. They give you like these challenge towers, like you have your test your luck towers, which is a bunch of modifiers like super damage, infinite meter, disable block, and stuff like that. And you just beat the hell out of each other, and it kind of makes the game difficult because you have all these things that are going on at once, like bombs falling from the sky and stuff like that. You also have test your might challenges where you have to mash buttons to break things. It was in the old Mortal Kombat. I think it was in Deadly Alliance or Deception, where you have to press a bunch of buttons and break the wood, and then it gets harder each level. It'll be like a statue or a fireball or all kinds of crazy shit that tends to go up the ladder. So that's very cool as well. There's a lot of offline opportunities. You also have your living towers, which are just different towers that they have each week. Some rotate each week, some rotate every hour, some rotate every couple hours. But each time you get a new challenge tower, and it's different stuff. Like one will be like, um, bombs falling from the sky, smoke invades, he's dropping bombs from the sky, make sure you clear the tower within a certain time. You'll have a premier tower, like the one that we have now is like so Hollywood, we have to play with Cassie Cage, and each variation you got to work your way up the tower. So there's a lot going on with offline that you can do. So it's definitely there's a lot of offline opportunity that they brought in MKX, which I liked a lot. So that way, people who are trying to get into fighting games that don't want to hop online yet and just not ready to hop online will have the opportunity to go ahead and play online, which is very cool. Now, as far as online play, we're going to talk about a little bit about online play, how I feel about the online play exactly, especially I've played a lot of it. The online play has its days. Some days I'll get matches that are completely good, the internet is awesome, but it's always when I'm off stream. I don't know if it's because I'm streaming and it kind of messes up my netcode, because when I first started streaming with Sonya Blade, it didn't do that. When I started playing with, Melina and Jason Voorhees for my weeks of Jason and weeks of Melina, it decided to do it a lot. I don't know why it started doing that. So the netcode has its day, and we all have, if you can see my game, some of my matches when I'm talking, I have 5-bar connection or 4-bar connection, all green bars, and I do not understand why it's doing it. So, but I am getting my internet updated. That's another story, so hopefully I won't have that. But some of the matches are very, very sluggish, just because of netcode and lag and stuff like that. So it's very, very, it's just very annoying. So that kind of kills me online. Another thing that I do, that I dislike about online, they actually recently updated, so I can't say I disliked it. But what I do like is, like, if you're playing a ranked match and you're playing player matches now, in Injustice they had this thing to where you could skip player matches. Like, there was somebody you just didn't want to play, their netcode was bad, or they had really laggy netcode, or you're just like, I'm terrified, I don't want to play this guy. You had the ability to decline the matches. They just recently added an update where you can do it in ranked, but you have to play the person at least once. So if you play them one time in ranked match, it'll come back around and say the same guy will pop up. Do you want to play this guy? And you can decline or accept. And it especially helps if they have really bad connection. You can accept or decline. So that's really cool. I thought that was really a neat thing that added. Another thing that I like about Mortal Kombat X is the character roster. There is so many characters in this game, and a lot of them are new characters, which I thought. You have Devora, Kotal Khan, Cassie Cage, Takeda, Kun Jin, Jackie Briggs. You have a lot of new characters, which I thought was really, really cool that they did that. Shinnok, who was playable in like MK4. And Tanya from MK4. So you have other characters that are they're new, but they're not new. They were in the past, years ago in MK4, and they're kind of making an appearance. So that was a really cool thing about the character roster that they brought back. Another thing about Mortal Kombat that I really like and I really, really enjoyed is the costumes, man. There is so many costumes in this game, which I really like. The only thing I do not like about the costume is that we have classic costumes. They are back. Reptile has one, Scorpion has one, and Sub-Zero has one, but we do not have a classic costume fatality. I wish they would bring that back, and I heard they were kind of hitting it. I was reading reviews and stuff about it online that they were bringing back classic fatalities for their costumes. I loved MK9 for that. That was probably the best moment I had of MK9 was the classic costume, classic fatalities, which was really cool that they brought that back. Unfortunately, in this game, we do not have them. So I hope they do update that and we do get one, because each update we're getting a new costume pack for Scorpion, and the last one was Reptile, this one was Scorpion, this patch, yeah. So we are getting new updates, which is super, super cool, and I do like that a lot. So that's another thing that I do like, is there's a lot of costumes. I mean, there's a lot, and you can unlock a lot in Crypt as well. You can also lock them through story mode as well. So definitely play the story mode to get costumes. Also do your Crypt to get costumes and stuff like that as well. And the Crypt is also first person, which I really like, so you can walk around and stuff. It's very cool how they did that. So that's some of the other things that I like about Mortal Kombat. But as far as the overall game, I do think it is a wonderful game. I think it is truly a remarkable game. There is so much. I mean, it's fun. I mean, especially if you're new. This is another thing I really wanted to hit really hard. If you are new to the fighting game series, and there's a lot of people out there that they cannot get into fighting games. I have a lot of friends who hate fighting games. They're like, I hate them. People cheat. It's just a bunch of bullshit. It comes down to a lot of luck and all this stuff and blah blah blah. And people spam this and spam that. And I understand that. I mean, it does happen. It is a fighting game. You're going to get these spammers. You're going to get, these people who they like wins. They'll sit back and throw things at you, But it's definitely not worth getting upset for. What I like about Mortal Kombat X is it's definitely trying to pull new age people into the series. And you're probably asking, well, how do you know that? The reason why I'm saying that is because there's a lot of offline opportunity. You level up from offline. You have a level in this game, and you have a faction level. There's 5 factions. You have the White Lotus, the Black Dragon, the Lin Kuei, the Special Forces, and Brotherhood of Shadows. So you have 5 factions in this game, and if you're playing offline, online, towers, test your might, no matter what you are doing offline, you are leveling up, and you're also leveling faction XP, which means you don't even have to play online to level up. You can go online being like a level 80 character just from playing, story mode and whatever. So it's kind of like Injustice. Injustice had the same concept where you can play offline story mode and you leveled up. Because I remember kind of when you got out of Injustice, when you got out of the game or out of the story mode, you're like level 33. It's the same thing. You do level up out of offline mode. So if you're trying to get to a certain level to get certain faction kills, you're like, oh, I gotta get to level 50. I don't want to play online until I'm level 50. We'll play single player in towers until you get to level 50 in faction, and go ahead and do what you go ahead and test those out in single fights or whatever, and kind of see what each faction kill is and stuff like that. So definitely it's trying to pull a lot of new age people over to play the game because it is kind of noob friendly. So definitely, and there is a practice mode, and the practice mode is another reason why I like the game so much, and why I think it's also noob friendly and trying to get people into the fighter game series. It's because the practice mode, you can actually interact the stages, so you can reset up the stages with all the interactables, and you can set it up to any way you want it. You can use the interactables, put them back in place, see how they set up. You can also set the training mode to where you can set your character to do combos, and they will continue to do the same combo, and you can figure out a way to counter it and block it, especially if it's an overhead or a low. Or if it ignores block or something like that. If it's just an unblockable attack, you can figure out ways to get out of it, and I use the practice mode a lot to figure out, especially characters I don't usually play against, like Ferritor's like this big giant thing. Scorpion has that down Inferno thing. If he goes in a combo, 50-50 mix-ups and stuff like that, you can go in the practice mode and kind of set yourself up against it to figure out how to block it, which is really, really cool because I don't think any other fighting game's ever done that. So especially coming into new age and you get online and get your ass whooped, and you're like, damn, how the fuck does he keep doing that? How the hell does he know this combo? And you sit there and you figure out the combo, and you're like, oh, I know how to get around it now. So you play the same guy and you go in there and you just destroy him. So there is a lot of stuff like that. The practice mode gives you the ability to go ahead and train yourself against certain characters. That way, when you do have these matchups against them, you will be able to play them. Now, that is another thing I like. Now, one thing I do not like about the game is certain characters are stupid top tier, and there's a lot. One of them is Grandmaster Sub-Zero. I really wish Grandmaster Sub-Zero would get nerfed. You guys will see if you ever get the game and play online. I'm not even going to get into the fucking mindset of Grandmaster Sub-Zero right now. I'm not even going to hate on that character, but there's a lot of characters in this game that are very top tier that just need to be nerfed, and we will be seeing that in the update because they already nerfed a lot, like Kung Lao and Aaron Black and stuff like that. Kind of made them better, so we will be seeing that as well. But overall, guys, the game is truly remarkable. I highly recommend, 10 out of 10, that you guys should definitely get this game. I really liked it. But I am a fighting game person, so of course I like every fighting game out. No matter what it is, I will try it because it's a fighting game. But especially if you guys are new to the fighting game series, you're like, oh, I really want to play this. It looks so good, but I'm just not good online. Definitely try it out. Just, rent it, play it for a little bit. Definitely get your hands on it. Tell me if you like it. Stuff like that. Leave in the comment section what you guys think about this game. I mean, you guys hate it. If I'm saying something that's negative, you guys don't like what I have to say, then please leave in the comment section like, Jester, you're wrong here. Jester, you're off a little bit, or you know what, that's a good review, man. That's pretty much sums it up about online and story mode, or stuff like that. Like I said, we have hit 60 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for all your help and all your just support. You guys are fucking incredible. But this is my review of Mortal Kombat X. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll make sure I see you guys for the next review or the next video. So peace.